Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And as you can see, Shinsha has dropped in game. So, we're going to take a look at her skill set, and just on my very basic testing of her during the live stream, and then based on what's on paper, I'm going to try and give you a kind of very unbiased opinion on whether or not you should summon for her. So let's check out her skill set real fast. The banner is a 5% rate up, so I mean, that's cool. She individually does not have like that extra rate up that Carrion had, like the 1.5% rates. They haven't done those in a while. I kind of wish she had, because then I might have actually pulled her before Pity, but that's a different matter overall. So, let's see. Shinsha is an attack growth, so 3,355. She is a single target damage dealer, which means that if you don't have the new Milim, I mean, you can definitely use another alt booster, and then Shinsha can be your DPS on the new Dark team. That possibility does exist. It's just that, Milim has that extra 15% attack boost. She has, at level 100, that extra 10% to her alt damage. So, I mean, if you have the Milim, then Shinsha will be a very good support for her, because her skills, single target, and then she also decreases crit resistance by 5. And if you get her to level 100, that goes up to 10% crit resistance down for one turn, which is pretty good, seeing as, Reamer is giving everyone crit and 40% crit damage if they're a dark unit. So that definitely pairs well. Her first skill is the huge cost skill that we saw on the Twitter reveal already this morning. So points required 90 goes down to 80. But increases all allies' dark attack by 50% for one turn. Awakened skill, dark attack effect increases to 70% after 8 turns from the start of battle. Now, when I saw this awakened skill, I was worried that you needed her at level 100, and then you would get the extra effect, where if you had her at level 80, it would just be 50% dark attack forever, no matter what. Even if you went 8 turns, it would still be 50. And then if you got her to level 100, it would then bump to 70 after 8 turns. That's not true. This wording is very wonky, but what this means is that it doesn't matter. You can have a level 80 Shinsha, like mine, and if you go 8 turns, that 50% will then automatically increase to the 70% dark attack. You don't have to do anything. She can be on the back line the entire fight. You don't have to ever use her. And then at turn 8, you can bring her in, and it's going to be magical 70%. So that's pretty good. And 70% dark attack is the highest that we've seen so far, as far as a type attack boost. And then she also lowers dark resistance by 5%, which goes up to 10%. So, dark resistance down, make sure your dark units do more damage. Your dark attack goes up on turn 8, which coincides with the amount of turns you have to stack Protector Veldora. So 8 turns, 70% magic boost if you're, stacking Veldora right, 70% dark attack, 10% dark resistance down. That's a pretty hefty combo right there. And then you put Milim's alt boost in there for 70%, and you got a whole bunch of 70s all over the place. And then, if you want to put Dark Valentine on the team, that's another 60% alt boost that's permanent, so that adds on to the Milim, so that's 130% alt boost. And then Milim has her 15% attack boost. So, you can do some nutty damage with this team. Nutty damage. And if that wasn't good enough, I know everyone was hoping for Shinsha to be a orange to green orb changer. Sadly, that is not the case. We got an interesting skill here. Decreases all targets' crit resistance until the end of the battle by 5%. Unlimited. So, this, once it's leveled up, is a 15-point skill, which lowers their crit resistance by 5% forever. Which will then, stack with this 5% or 10% if she's level 100. So, and then, it just means your crits are going to hit harder and harder and harder every single time you use the skill. This is a low-cost skill, which means you can use it multiple times and keep on stacking Veldora faster and faster. Also, increases all souls skill point increase until the end of the fight by 5%, which goes up to 15%, I think. I think it's 15%. All souls, not just greens, but every soul gets extra skill points by 15%. until the end of battle, and that stacks, right? So even your blues and oranges are going to give you extra skill points. So it's kind of offsetting the need to have full hands of greens. If you get a full hand of oranges, they might be nerfed, but you can kind of make up for that nerf with this right here. And then you're stacking 5, 10, 15, 20. This stays at 5%, by the way. It doesn't go up any higher. But, I mean, you put all those big buffs that I talked about earlier, and then you put on an extra, like, 15, 25% crit resistance down, like the hero does 30%, and we know how hard she can hit by guaranteeing crits and 30% crit resistance down. You can do guaranteed crits with Rimuru, 40% crit damage with Rimuru, and then, you know, you 5, 10, 15, 20% resistance down for crits, and your crits are going to hit really, really dumb hard. Really dumb hard. So this is a support unit through and through, with the capability of being a DPS if you need her to be, because she is single target. She is not the primary DPS, because that's still Milim. At this point, we know that now. But she is a fantastic support for this new Dark team. Crit resistance goes well, Dark attack goes well, 8 turns goes well with Veldora, which means you're going to get maximum power there. So overall, she's pretty good with just her skill set. Her Valor trait in PvP, Valor Cup, whatever you want to call it, when you unleash a 2 combo, all the enemies' green gauges are decreased by 10%. So it's nerfing greens on the other team. That's fairly good. There's more than a few teams that run on greens, so it can be useful. Her actual normal battle trait is skill point increase every 3 turns. 3 up to 5. So that's a fairly good trait. I mean, I don't think this team needs extra skill points. I would think that would need more protection gauge or maybe extra crit damage or something like that, but it is what it is. Skill points, not a terrible cost. They keep wavering between giving units lower points every 2 turns versus 3 turns. I don't know what their thought process is behind that, but either way, you're getting more skill points if she's up front. Milim is also giving you extra skill points every 2 turns. So every 2 turn, every second turn, every third turn, you're going to get points if you have those 2 units up front. It's pretty good. And then her secret skill enhancement, like I mentioned earlier, her crit resistance down on her ult goes up to 10%, and then her EX board needs Isis, which she's free right now, so you run with her, and then she gives herself an extra 4% crit damage, and she is a self-buffing unit on the EX board. So, she is a very, very, very good support unit for this new Dark team. If you don't have the new Dark team, then I recommend you not summon for Shinsha, and you go summon for the new Dark team. Go summon for Rimuru, go summon for Veldora, and Milim. And then, once you have all of them, if you determine that you still have crystals left over, and you would like another new Dark unit, then you summon for Shinsha. But if you have no concern, and you don't like this Dark meta, you don't want to summon on the Annie because you're waiting for the movie banners next month, you definitely don't need Shinsha. She's buffing Dark. Okay? Already, that's super limiting to one team, the Dark team. Just like Rimuru, like, he has his guaranteed crits for everybody, but his crit damage is limited to Dark. So he's not good everywhere. This skill right here, All Souls skill point increase, is cool, and crit resistance down is cool, but I wouldn't say it's worth summoning for. Alright, there are a lot better units out there. The movie units are going to be much better than this one skill. And if you don't have a Dark team to begin with, then why the hell are you summoning for a Dark support? So if you don't have a good Dark team, go get a good Dark team, and then summon for her. Or go get a good Dark team and then not summon for her at all and save your crystals for the movie, which is going to be Fire meta. Which, if you have a crap Fire team, which everyone has a crap Fire team, because a Fire team inherently is crap, then you can summon for that and have some leftover crystals. Or, if we're all unlucky, they'll put a banner out next week, which has another battle unit and protector unit that has nothing to do with the Dark meta, and then everyone's L. Everyone takes an L there. So, overall, on a 1 to 10 scale, based on my very small usage and this overview, I'd give her a 6.5, because she's limited to one team, essentially. She's a very good support for that one team, but only one team. So, if you pulled her, let me know your thoughts on her. If you've used her at all, it's been like an hour and a half or so since she came out, so some people have gotten used to it. If you're saving, then good, keep saving your crystals. You don't need this Shinsha to do extra damage. Milim hits hard without her. She'll just hit extra hard. So let me know your thoughts on the new Shinsha down below. But that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you later.